Honestly, I understand the inclination to keep all the old baby and toddler gear you no longer need in a closet tucked away to deal with at another time. However, at the beginning of the new year, it's a great time to get a head start on clearing out the clutter and possibly recouping some of the money you spent. Personally, I started the project at the end of last year, as after 4.5 years, my children-related gear was starting to take up too much room around the house. Many of the items, especially old toys, aren't getting used anymore. Of course, the easiest way to clear out the items is by donating them, but I look at this as a last resort, as with a little bit of effort, you'll be able to make a quick buck or two so you can turn around and invest it right back into your kids. Before we begin though, you're going to really have to take a look at the items you have as well as the condition it's in. Unless the item is in really high demand or carries a high price point, anything that's not in excellent or at least good condition probably shouldn't be considered sellable. For clothing, I would say it's even more strict with excellent condition stuff only. So nothing with stains, holes, or tears. Clothes that are considered decent condition are probably more suitable for donation or local thrift stores. Selling the items online is probably the best way to get the most money back for your item, at least when it comes to items that are easily shipped, so nothing too heavy or big like high chairs, strollers, car seats, or cribs. There are numerous websites and apps to pick from depending on the item you're trying to sell. For clothing, I found the best options to be Poshmark and ThredUp. Poshmark is easier as you basically just use the app to snap pictures of the item and list it. The buyer pays for shipping, so you don't have to worry about that. The biggest downside is that Poshmark does take a pretty high cut of the sell price, roughly 20%, and another big downside is that you still have to store the item until it gets sold. ThredUp is another great option that's an online consignment site. They'll send you a clean out bag where you fill it up and send it back to them. After that, they value which items they want and they'll pay you up front, so no need to worry about storing or shipping the clothing yourself. The downside of this is that they do charge you a processing fee and you generally don't get nearly as much as you would from selling yourself. So it's kind of a trade-off for being more convenient. For all your non-clothing item, your best bet's going to be Mercari, eBay, or Facebook Market. I found that Mercari seems to be the best for toys, especially Lovevery and KiwiCo brands. If you're not in a rush to get rid of all the items, you can probably get the most by selling the items individually, but I was looking to move things at a faster pace, so I opt to keep everything as a kit. I prefer Mercari over eBay as the fees seem to be slightly lower and the shipping process is a little bit more streamlined for Mercari compared to eBay. However, eBay is still the largest e-commerce platform of its kind, meaning you get the most eyes on the items you're trying to sell. Basically, I keep eBay as a backup. If an item isn't moving or getting views on Mercari, I'll post it on eBay. Facebook Market is probably the best option when it comes to larger or heavier items. The best part of Facebook Market is that there are no fee or shipping charges to worry about. Of course, the biggest drawback is you need to meet up the person in person. In the world we live in today, it could be a bit dangerous, so just make sure to pick a safe spot for the meetup exchange. I know that some police stations even offer an area dedicated for these meetups. Similar to ThredUp, depending on the city you live in, you can take the items to a physical consignment store. Usually they pay up front, but I've seen some that do a profit share style where you don't get paid until the item is sold. The two consignment stores that I've been eyeing in my area are Kids to Kid and Once Upon a Child. Both of these stores have a very straightforward process of bringing the items to them, letting them value it and review it, and if they want it, they'll pay you and usually it's going to be cash. Kids to Kids also offers an option to get 20% increased trade-in value as store credits. Stores like these are great to find gently used items at a great price. But keep in mind, the prices you'll get from consignment stores won't be anywhere near as high as you will get from selling direct on places like Poshmark, eBay, or Facebook Marketplace. This next option isn't exactly getting rid of baby gear, but using it to make money by renting it out. There's a website called BabyQuip that allows you to list your gear for rental. The idea is for traveling families to have an easy way to rent baby equipment regardless of where they go. This seems to be more popular for large items that don't travel well, like car seats, strollers, wagon, and especially baby cribs. You are going to have to jump through a little bit more hoops to go through this, as there is an online application and interview process, as BabyQuip wants to make sure the gear rented out is clean and safe. If you're not quite ready to let go of some of those toys, check out how I store my items and learn about toy rotation to not only keep the room tidy, but also help our children concentrate on the toys that are available to them. Anyway, it's probably time for me to get back to sorting through the items I need to let go of. Let me know down below if you have any other tips and tricks on getting rid of your old baby and toddler gear. Until next time, keep parenting the awesome way.